This is an emergency transmission.
Well, I believe that. Hello, Anthony Orion here, and you're watching Night Chat. Now, I've taken about 4 or 5 days off because I wrote some songs back in 2006, and I wanted to just work on them a little bit. I wrote about 20 songs like in an hour. It just comes to me like that. But I don't plan, or I didn't plan, to be the singer. I was going to look for somebody with a real good voice. But what I learned, as long as you can hit a few little notes, add some good music in there, if your song is catchy enough, you can actually. But there again, getting on the radio, getting past the gatekeepers is a whole other story. Now, I'm going to be 50 years old in 1 year from now. When this stuff first broke out, for those of you that are familiar with my channel, the whole 5 subscribers I got, if you're familiar, then you know that they tried to kill me 3 times in 2017. If you're familiar, then you know that they tried to kill me 3 times in 2017. If you're familiar, then you know that Illuminati. So, they first tried by saying I was old and there's a lot of things that can come up and get me.
Don't you believe it?
I might be, like I said, I'll be 15 years from now, but I'm in great shape. Not the best shape, but I'm in great shape for my age. So then when that didn't work, he tried to poison me at the hospital. I had a guy open my car door. I tried to open my car door, sorry, at a red light. Military guy. And when I called 911, they hung up on me 3 times in a row. But here's the thing that bothers me. Here's the thing that is sticking in my craw. Instead of the perpetrator leaving, I'm on the phone now trying to call 911. He knows I'm calling him. He tries to open my car door, and I grab my phone. My friend's with me as a witness. And the guy just sticks around. He pulls over to the curb like, I'm just going to wait here because he knew the cops weren't going to come. 3 times in a row, they hung up on me. 911. This is around November 2016. There's a lot more than this that went on. But in April 18, 2017, I had 2 military guys that were in the condos next door to where I live try to sneak in my back window at 1 o'clock in the morning. Try to sneak, crawl from my back window at 1 in the morning. Now, when I called the police, they came out the first time, they just snuck off. The perpetrator knew I called the cops. He never left. It's the same. It's a pattern. Second time I called, they hung up on me. Third time I called, the guy was the first operator. He stayed on the phone with me, sent the cops out, and 5 cops came out, 5 police officers. And as soon as they got here, they surrounded me. They were rude. They refused to shine their flashlight behind my studio apartment. I had to beg them for 25, 30 minutes. And when they finally shined their flashlight, they said there was no one back there, but I couldn't look. Go back upstairs and take my medicine was coming to me, basically. So my brother and me, we came back upstairs, and by then it was around 3:30, 4 in the morning. About 30 minutes later, we heard the perpetrator, one of them, run out the backyard, down the driveway, off into the streets. But the point I'm making is that the perpetrators never left, even though I called 911 3 times. The same thing a few months before that at the red light, when the perpetrator stayed around, right? Now, here's the other thing. I've been reporting about the gang stalkers that tried to murder me out there next door. And the San Diego Police Department covered it up. And do you believe this? The military around my home, instead of moving out because they're busted, they just move more people in. That's the same pattern that I saw before. When they tried to get me at the red light, when they tried to box me into some condos, when they tried to come in my back window, when they tried to run me off the freeway, and possibly cause an accident that took my car away from me. Because the reason why I say that is because when the police report was finally ready, 4 months later, which they said was unusual, the police report, the officer lied. He said there was 1 car racing when there was 2. So the pattern I'm seeing is that not only were they trying to kill me, but when I called for help, when I tried to call for help, they confirmed that they were in on it. The police. From the operator that hung up on me 3 times in a row, to the officers that came out here and lied and said there was no one in the backyard, there was no one back there, but I couldn't look. The same backyard where the perpetrator ran from 30 minutes later. See? And they're still living around me. They got the condos, they got the houses across the street, behind me. But see, I was a truther since 2013. But I realized I was a victim of gang stalking since I was at least 10 years old. It was mild. There was because I didn't live alone. I'm a poor guy, so most of the time I lived with somebody. But when I lived alone a few times, money was missing, stuff was moved around. And I'm hearing this on YouTube. That's exactly what they do. See? And I want people to understand what this is. This is not, and a lot of you guys get it, but it's not a few gangster thugs. This is like organized from the top. Like the top of the government hiring our this is the top of the government approving hits, murders. I mean, if this is my case and I survived, what else is going on out there that we don't know about? That's why I say when we clean this government up, when the government cleans themselves up, we're going to have a lot of problems. If we don't clean them up, if we the people don't clean them up, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. We don't want to fall asleep like other sheeple have. We don't want to become like the sheeple, even though we're truthers. We want to just be smart. Think about this, okay? The government, the criminal government is going to clean the government up. Are you kidding me? They're doing a great job so far. No one moved out. Instead, they brought bigger guys in. And this is all happening on my aunt's property because she's my landlord. She's a retired school principal. My aunt's a retired school principal. She's a retired school principal. My aunt's a retired school principal. Do a party for the mayor of San Diego back in 1998, 99. They don't care. That's what I'm trying to say. They're sneaky, they're creepy, and they're never going to say, yeah, we're trying to kill you. They're not going to tell the public, yeah, we're going around killing people. They're going to deny. The reason why is because these are hardcore crimes. See, just the stalking alone. On the depth of the stalking. How long has it been going on? Who participated? The Illuminati forced it to be released. It would cause a war between the human race and the demons inside of human skin. I'm talking about literal Nephilim. You'd have checkpoints everywhere. It would cause anarchy. Now, the information was given to me by the Holy Spirit through God. He set up me as a snare for my enemies because they mess with me and mess with me and mess with me and mess with me and mess with me. And God said, you know what? You're not really holy right now. You're not a Christian. But I'm going to give this one thing to you. See? And that was the gift that he gave me, is how to see them with, which I told my friends and family and some people in about 15 different churches that have envelopes that if I vanish, they open up. And it goes public. But here's the point I'm making, is that they know I've had supernatural help. They know it. I've confirmed it. They know it. And I told them, if you just back off and leave me alone, I'll let it go. Now, is that an offer you can't refuse? But they did. They backed off for about 5-6 months, and they started up again. Actually, gang stalking my friend, too. Terrorizing the mess out of them. Let's put it that way. So I want you to know what's going on in my life around me. That every day I'm worried about getting killed or kidnapped or in jail. Everything, because they're creeps. They're creepy with a capital C. So keep your eyes on San Diego because the sign is, God told me that if they don't move away, I was to start going church to church and build a safety net. And I have. I'm over 13 different churches, and I got family and friends and acquaintances here and there, and a few places out of San Diego. And they have envelopes. A lot of people have envelopes. They don't know what the answers are, but there's big info in the envelopes. Okay? Big. The big kahuna. And it goes public. If they hurt any of us, harm any of us, or if they keep peck, then it goes public. And let me tell you something else. I think my aunt's boyfriend is one of the gang stalkers.
Why? Because he shows up after everything went down. After the military guys tried sneaking in my back window at 1 o'clock in the morning and the San Diego Police Department covered it up. My aunt's boyfriend, okay, meets her online. And that's how they stalk you online. And suddenly he's like coming over a lot. Okay? And like, he's gone for 4 days, he's here for 7 days. He's gone for 3 days, he's here for 10 days. And when I said I think he's poisoning her, he didn't show up for a month. And that's because my aunt got sick 2 times when she was with him. One time she went into a coma. The other time she was rushed to the hospital in an ambulance. And when I said I think he's behind it, he stopped showing up.
When I said I thought he was behind it, he stopped coming over for about 5 weeks. See, he would stay here for like 7 days, leave for 4 days, come back for 10 days, leave for 3 days, come back for 4 days, leave for a day or two. He was be gone about 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. But once I mentioned I think he's doing something, he just stopped coming around for about 4 or 5 weeks. So we have this government, in my case for sure, 100% provable. Provable. And you're probably saying, well, why don't you go out there and prove it? Because who am I going to prove it to? The cops, the ones that are doing it? Because what they do, how they did this is they set it up every city where the people that take the complaints for this kind of stuff are the gang stalkers. They only need a few people to answer the phones and answer the door. While the good cops are out on the beat, behind a desk somewhere on floor 42. But they're giving green lights. The government at the top. This guy's coming down from the top. This isn't like a few criminals that are in San Diego that I'm cutting on. This ain't a few criminals in San Diego where I'm cutting in on any of their illegal business. Okay. First of all, I'm a Christian. I don't do that. Second of all, what we realize, it's not a few gang members. This is coming from the top. It's very organized and very secretive because they're reptilian people. They're aliens. Behind every gang stalking program, behind every CERN, like the very top, government, Congress, everything at the top, and the gang stalking, and the fluoride in the water, and wherever the illegal activity is at, you're going to find a reptilian behind it. You have most of the gang stalkers are reptilian. I would surmise out of 1,000 gang stalkers, 998 are reptilian hybrids. Hey, it's intuition, baby. Or is it the Holy Spirit? Because the Holy Spirit has protected me and has gave me the spirit of discernment. I've seen things before they happened. And he gave me some information that, if released to the public, so keep your eyes on San Diego, because they'll probably force this stuff out. They're obsessed with me. They're because if they make a big move against me and my friends, or the church people I hang out with, they're not going to get everybody at one time. They don't know who everyone is. And they will release information to you, the public, proof of an alien invasion, alien people among the people that are doing all the horrible stuff. 2, a list of 15 names confirmed, how to see them, and 3, what they're doing to everyone's DNA to turn you into one of them. Now, I think my aunt, she's my landlord, front house, retired school principal. I think her boyfriend is one of them. Because 2 times now that she was with them, she got sick and almost died. One time she went into a coma. And she met him online. They get you online is how they stalk you. And when this stuff went down, they were unable to reach me because of what I know. So they're preparing all kinds of attacks to kick the door in and kill us, kill all of us. I mean, there's different kinds of scenarios that they're planning.
because they're not very smart. Because when you have the biggest information in the world, if someone had the biggest information in the world on me that could destroy me, and I was about to take over the world, I wouldn't want that to get out, see? 'Cause I'm smart. They're not smart. They risk it. I offered them, I said, I'll leave it, I'll drop it, I'll go neutral. Leave it alone, let it be. And they didn't. They stopped for 6 months and they started back up again. Anyways, I think my aunt's boyfriend is in on it.